NBC4 News at 11 starts with breaking news.
Now at 11, tear gas and high tension in Ventura County as protesters and federal agents face off on a farm. We are live as the protests reach the 12-hour mark. And we saw several scuffles, including a woman being grabbed and dragged to the ground. And as agents tried to leave, protesters ran in front of those vehicles, some even jumping on the hood. This all happened today at Glass House Farms, the licensed cannabis farm in Camarillo that was raided. The feds say they were executing a search warrant there and have arrested multiple people for impeding that operation. Good evening. I'm Kathy Vara. Carolyn is off tonight. The FBI also investigating this, which you can see right there. It appears to be someone firing toward officers after tear gas was deployed. NBC4's Robert Kovacic has been out there all afternoon and evening. He joins us now live with a look at what has happened and where things stand right now. Robert?
Oh, Kathy, we're not the only ones who are out here. A couple of hundred demonstrators continue to stay here tonight. You see them crowded around. They have been doing some type of rally here, trying to encourage one another. And behind them, that Border Patrol line remains where it has all afternoon. Now, when you consider what is going on here, NBC News has learned that the DHS did go to a federal judge. They went there with evidence, enough evidence that the judge signed a search warrant and it was granted. And we were here as it started unfolding all afternoon. At sundown, they were finally allowed to leave. How many hours were you in there? About 13 hours. Employees of one of the largest licensed cannabis farms in the state. Did they treat you okay?
Yes, they tried. They tried. I'm not the one to worry about though.
Glass House Farms posting on social media they were, quote, visited by ICE officials. Outside, a smoke deterrent deployed by the National Guard at protesters who refused to follow their orders. Some responded by throwing water bottles. This protester used a leaf blower to blow the smoke back, and this was the result. While inside the 5.5 million square foot facility,
they came, the guns were drawn and everything. They came, like what else can do? We got surrounded. They closed everything. The security didn't let them go in. They beat him up.
Radel Martinez, an employee.
They ran. They were panicked. Everybody panicked. There was nowhere. They were hiding, but then they came in and we couldn't do nothing from there.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Meantime, the texts from Estela's boyfriend have stopped.
The last I heard from him earlier today was that he was in hiding, and there was a few people hiding, but the majority that he said there was quite a few that had been taken already. He could just hear it.
At the skirmish lines with Border Patrol blocking the road to the farm, we met a Port Hueneme man not employed by Glass House who was detained while on his way to work spraying pesticides.
They pulled me up to the truck and take the kids off of the ignition kit and the ignition switch and send me to the ICE detention.
Mario says he is a U.S. citizen.
And I told the guy, I have my passport and my pickup, and they don't listen to me. They don't care.
Did they finally just say, okay, you check out?
Well, I'm okay right now. I feel okay. I feel good. I don't feel comfortable when this thing happened.
What is happening is the reason people are flocking to this farm road, bringing water, pizza, and milk to help ease the sting of smoke and gas.
Today I came out to support my community. I jumped in and volunteered wherever I could.
Andrea Bowles, born and raised in Camarillo.
This is not fair. These families are being torn apart. This is affecting everyone, everywhere. And it's gonna hurt so bad.
And tonight, while the confrontation continues, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner announcing 10 juveniles were found at this marijuana facility, all illegal aliens, 8 of them unaccompanied. It is now under investigation for child labor violations. Now, this is Irene Rodriguez. She has been here for a couple of hours, and Irene is explaining that the reason why she is here, the reason why she is still coughing from the gas and the smoke that she has inhaled. Irene, you've got a cousin who worked at Glass House, still no word.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about him, so I'm worried. You know, I don't know. It's sad to see all this.
Irene, the plans now for you and the other people that are out here, how long do you plan on staying out here tonight?
Probably stay for a 1 hour, 2 more hours to see what's gonna happen. I mean, yeah, we don't know, because they say that they're not gonna leave until we leave, but we don't know that that's gonna happen. You know.
Okay. Do you know if there's any operation still going on inside? Is any of the organizers?
I don't know no information about that.
Okay. Get home safely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. So one of the things also that NBC News has learned, Kathy, that we do want to share with you is that what we understand, what is going on here, what has been going on here all day, is considered to be one of the largest immigration enforcement operations so far in the Trump administration. And NBC News has learned it will result in hundreds of arrests. The exact number, we still don't know. And we still don't know when the situation will end here in the farms outside of Camarillo. I'm Robert Kovalsik. Let's go back to you.
All right, Robert, thank you. New at 11, a high school honor student from Westlake has been deported with her mother. They were sent back to Guatemala. NBC4's Darsha Phillips live now after speaking with the student and her family. Darsha.
Yeah, Kathy, Nori Santoy Ramos was looking forward to her senior year of high school. She was looking forward to running the 4x4 and the 300-meter hurdles for her track team. But after being deported last week, this teen's future is uncertain. 17-year-old Nori Santoy Ramos, an honor student and track star at Miguel Contreras High School, was deported with her mother to Guatemala on July 4th. Nori's cousins here in Los Angeles grew up with her and are having a hard time speaking about her deportation.
How do you feel about the fact that she's gone? I mean, what kind of goes through your mind when you think about
it? The family says Nori and her mother came to the U.S. 10 years ago as asylum seekers. Nori was just 6 years old. She spoke to us on the phone from Guatemala.
I feel really sad because I was hoping to graduate with my friends and being there with them doing track and field. It's really I didn't expect this.
Nori says she and her mother were detained at their immigration appointment.
And I was scared because I didn't know where they were gonna take us.
They were taken to Texas and then flown to Guatemala.
I was can we make a call because none of our family doesn't know that we've been deported. And they were just no, your family already knew, they already know that you guys are deported.
Nori's family now devastated, wondering what the future holds for Nori and her mother, and if Nori will be able to continue with all she has accomplished.
I saw her grow up. So, learning a new language and being able to manage that and go through the obstacles that she did is just so unfair, having this taken away from her, in the blink of an eye.
Not seeing her at school anymore is just something is missing,
Now, Nori says their immigration attorney says they may have a chance to come back, but it will likely be a very long process. Reporting live from the Westlake District, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
Darsha, thank you. And a judge could soon limit ICE raids across LA County. Today, that judge issued a tentative ruling to temporarily block Homeland Security from conducting future raids in 5 Southern California counties. Plaintiffs argue the Trump administration has violated constitutional protections against unreasonable searches and seizures. They also allege federal agents engaged in racial profiling and used unnecessary force against protesters. Attorneys for the Justice Department argue that federal officers are under attack for simply enforcing federal law. The judge's final decision is expected tomorrow. And we have developing news in Hyde Park. A man shot and killed by LAPD earlier tonight. NBC4's Macy Jenkins talked to a detective about what led up to this deadly police shooting.
LAPD is investigating an officer-involved shooting here in Hyde Park. One man is dead and another is being questioned by officers.
Several blocks along Crenshaw Boulevard near Hyde Park Boulevard cordoned off for hours Thursday night after LAPD shot and killed a man who they say was firing a handgun towards officers. Detective Megan Aguilar says it happened around 6:15 p.m. after officers driving by noticed two people involved in what appeared to be an altercation on the sidewalk.
So they stopped their police vehicle. As they were getting out, the suspect, armed with a handgun, fired at least one round, and there was a return of fire, an officer-involved shooting.
Investigators describe the shooter as a Hispanic man around 30 years old who was struck by gunfire and later pronounced dead by LA Fire Department. Aguilar says detectives recovered the handgun the man allegedly pointed towards officers at the scene.
We're not sure what led yet to that altercation, if there was a motive, if there was a robbery, if they know each other. So hopefully once detectives are able to interview him and get a little bit more information, we'll be able to provide that.
At one point, LAPD had set up a skirmish line to control a large crowd that had gathered. Now police are focused on collecting video and interviewing witnesses to piece together what happened just before officers arrived. Reporting in Hyde Park, Macy Jenkins, NBC4 News.
Let's head outside right now, show you the view. This is from our camera on Catalina Island. Very nice tonight. We're the hottest part of the week now behind us. Meteorologist David Bigger.